Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, you have 2 exciting days ahead of you. Let me start with congratulations to Ken Levinson, Diego Anez, and the entire WITA team. The WITA Academy has been doing these intensive seminars for about 15 years now, helping attendees understand how trade policy is made in Washington, while expanding their skills and career opportunities along the way. It's great to see the focus of this edition turn to the World Trade Organization. Not only does the agenda for today and tomorrow look fantastic, but I'm so glad to see that participating in this seminar is free of charge for government officials from anywhere in the world, thanks to WITA and its sponsors. This really is a wonderful service, especially for officials from developing and least developed countries. The seminar couldn't be better timed, coming as it does just over a month before our 13th Ministerial Conference in Abu Dhabi, MC13 as we call it. But I'm glad this seminar will go beyond focusing on the specific areas where members are trying to strike deals next month. It will cover the full spectrum of the WTO's work. Because a lot of what the WTO does to contribute to the smooth functioning of global commerce flies under the radar screen. For instance, it might surprise you to hear that over 75% of global merchandise trade, goods that cross national borders every day, operate under the so-called Most Favored Nation MFN tariff terms that governments extend to all other WTO members on a non-discriminatory basis. Tariff preferences arising from bilateral and regional trade arrangements cover less than 20% of global trade. If you're taking this seminar, you've probably heard about the challenges facing our dispute settlement system, but you might not be familiar with how WTO members routinely use regular, non-negotiating committees to raise concerns about each other's trade policies and nip large numbers of potential disputes in the bud, while allowing trade to flow more predictably. And members are still using to good effect the functioning portions of the dispute settlement system to resolve disputes. That said, since taking office as Director General 3 years ago, I have maintained that for all of the benefits the WTO continues to yield for the lives and livelihoods of people around the world, it must do much more to deliver on its founding mandate to raise living standards, create jobs, and promote sustainable development. It must deliver more for people. Reforming and reinvigorating the WTO is about more than simply keeping it fit for purpose amid 21st century business realities. It is about leveraging the full power and potential of trade to make a difference for people's lives. We have been moving in the right direction. At our 12th Ministerial Conference in June 2022, all 164 members of the WTO came together across geopolitical fault lines to deliver consensus agreements on curbing billions of dollars in harmful fisheries subsidies, on pandemic response, and on exempting food aid from export restrictions. They initiated a comprehensive process of institutional reform, including of our dispute settlement system. In a world marked by intensifying strategic competition, MC12 offered hope that we could also have the strategic cooperation necessary to solve problems of the global commons, from pandemic preparedness to climate change. These achievements are what we need to build on in Abu Dhabi next month and beyond. Global trade has had its disruptions, especially with supply chains, but trade has largely been resilient these past 4 years, and its benefits have been manifest. Trade has helped countries and people cope with shocks like the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. But we see warning signs. Economic headwinds are growing amid monetary tightening, fiscal and environmental pressures, intensifying geopolitical tension and political uncertainty. MC13 is an opportunity for members to show that they can still cooperate and that they can provide a bit of certainty to a turbulent global economy. Let me conclude by coming back to the seminar. You'll be hearing from top experts about the WTO's institutional structure, how negotiations operate, and the state of play on our dispute settlement system and ongoing reforms. Leading Geneva-based ambassadors will share their views about the present and future of the WTO. I'm proud to say that The speakers include some of the brightest minds in the WTO Secretariat, from my deputies Angela Ellard and Joanna Hill to our chief economists, the directors of our divisions on legal affairs, trade negotiations, and the environment, and experts on supply-side constraints holding back countries in the global economy. Let me express my appreciation to WITA once again, and I wish you the very best for this seminar and for your future endeavors. Thank you.